against Wells. 6'8" right-hander to the 5'10" lefty. There's 94 as well. Good looking changeup, does not get in the last 14 starts. Quite the battle on his hand to begin. On 2-1. Hard cut from Arise.
He's going to kind of hit it where it's pitched.
And Arise with a rare cut and a miss. Only swings and miss. Here's Carlos Correa. And there's another slider. Pitch that has been the signature for Wells his first couple of years in the bigs. Correa. Streak snapped yesterday, though he did have his sacrifice fly. That ball's launched well foul. And for a little while. And we don't there with a curve.
They're going to get it going and guess fastball.
And there's a curveball.
And the more Tyler Wells can do that against this team, especially in plus counts. And what I mean by that is fastball counts, and he's able to just take a curveball.
Out of the bullpen, about 10% more. Throws it again, and Rutschman tried to frame it. Batter a start on 3-2. He will not walk Correa. Correa will line out to left. Hit on the button. That was for the zone there. 2 down here for Polanco. And Wells will go a little bit too high.
And you see it at 94 and you go, well, it's only more with you combine the extension with the spin rate. You're talking about a fastball that's probably playing more like 96 or 97.
Twins have won back-to-back walk-off games after losing.
The Diamondbacks back in 2010, I read, to have 4 consecutive games with walk-offs.
Well, we'll all be okay if the number stops at 4, I think.
Taken from you right at the end, it is tough.
2-2, yanked on the ground into the shift. And Odor couldn't get a handle on it. For Jose Miranda. Got a high strike with a slider. It's a 7-game hit streak now for Miranda. And there's another slider. Talking to Brandon Hyde before the game. When they actually do reach on it.
Yeah, I mean, that's what happens to pitchers, right? The pitch is still a pretty good pitch, but it gets better at times, and sometimes it gets a little bit innings of work. He only walked 12 and struck out 65 out of the bullpen, so he was a strike thrower from the beginning, and there's a good example. There's a curveball right to the out.
Maybe in the future, a front to the middle of the rotation guy. It's just unbelievable. That is the definition of a steal for a Rule 5 draft pick.
Yeah. Well, you go back and look at all the moves that Mike Elias has made, and he's made a bunch of them, and how it's panned out. And what's been incredible to me, Rob, is the fact that he'd never been in AAA before last year. He goes straight to the big leagues from AA. And look, he dominated the back end of the bullpen his first time in a big league uniform. And then all of a sudden, I was one of the ones as a starting pitcher, and he has been outstanding. So it's fun to watch for a young man that's got about 110 big league innings in. But it's a mature approach for Tyler.
Talk about building a roster. They have a player who's in the middle of the order who leads the team in home runs, who is also.
Wells lives up in the zone.
You know, and what's amazing to me, at 6'8", there's a lot to get out of.
Nick Gordon, half swing and a miss. You're how tall?
Off swing is hard to duplicate and be consistent, and it is hard for big, tall pitchers to consistently feel their bodies. You know, ran 55 innings of work, so he's always been able to command the strike zone.
Something get out of whack there.
Repeat them a little more consistently.
On 3-2, he gets Gordon swinging. High slider. And 2 down, Gary Sanchez at 95 to start him.
And I also think some hitters.
What's interesting, Wells this season.
The first time in Major League history to throw more off-speed pitches than fastballs. And it's weird to say that because we're also throwing the hardest.
Percent fastball this year. Sanchez, a little dribbler. Wells will give way to Mountcastle. Ryan gets it eventually. America. Alex Kirilloff Takes a strike. There's a fastball.
Usual.
1-2 for Kirilloff. Just 1 for 7. And another strikeout for Wells. High fastball to burn Kirilloff. 8 batters into the game. Gilberto Celestino takes a ball. The long reliever last year. In the Twin system 2016 through 2020. 15 moment you thought he might not be. Another high fastball to get back in the count. Down the right field line from Celestino. That's out of play. It's always fun to see him pitch. Not going to use him 3 days in a row. On a hop to short, Richie Martin. And 2 down. Those fans out in the right field corner. What was that? 0-2 for a. Instead, it's flicked to left in the corner for Hayes, and a 1-2-3-4 game still scoreless. Tyler Wells still hitless. Only Minnesota base runner blemishing his line. Into center from Correa. Jammed him up, and McKenna is there. Tyler Nevin will be against his dad Phil, the Angels manager. And Honey.
Showtime. How about what he did not to
in the series. 2-1.
When is Otani?
2-2 for Polanco. Postseason with Otani. Swing and a miss to get Polanco. 6 strikeouts for Wells, who has.
But we're seeing 88s, 89s, and 90s today, and it seemed like it was like that. Now that's the curveball at 78.
Jose Miranda, strikeout victim in the first. Slider there. 55th pitch for Tyler. Popped up. Mountcastle and Odor there. Rugnet the call. Rugnet the catch. Another 1, 2, 3, 4. Well, it's the tossing image, the hat tossing. Max Kepler could not hold up, so a strike for Tyler Wells, who has retired 10 Twins in a row, the only Minnesota batter to reach. 1-2.
Yeah, he just keeps going up.
And this is about best case scenario right now, because that is a
could be below 3 at that point if he pitches really well these next 2.
Nick Gordon into right field. There's the first Twins hit. Off the right field wall, collected quickly by Santander, but Gordon too speedy. And for the second straight. Here's Sanchez. How about the streaks of the Orioles starters in this series? 11 in a row. 1-1 for Sanchez, who grounded out to first his first time. High fastball to Sanchez. In the air, left center. Hayes with room. He will make the catch with McKenna screaming behind him, and Gordon goes to third. 2 down for Kirilloff. Only the 8th start in center field. Wells trying to strand him right there. Good changeup, or a slider maybe.
Yeah, a little.
We'll go with a slider. Kirilloff pops it up. Who's going to get it? It'll be McKenna this time. This one was all. This is his first start in this ballpark. Ballpark where he probably thought he'd be pitching soon. Rule 5 pick of the Orioles after missing 29. He's now their best starter. And a little bit of an extra special day for him here. His former organization. There's a strike. 3-1 to the 9-hitter Celestino leading off. Until right there. See, I thought that'd be your response. I was surprised when you even seemed to consider it. Though. 2-0 for Arise. 3 straight first pitch balls. First time he's done that in the game, and now 3 straight balls. 3-1. He will, and Arise pulverizes it. First 2 on in the Minnesota 6th.
Boy, at a time where we see a lot of.
So the number 2 hitter Correa starts him with a slider low. A little broken background ball. This could be it. Martin gets 1. Odor gets 2. There's your perfectly timed. Celestino to third. 2 down. Here's Polanco. There's a strike. Orioles trying to win for the 7th straight time when he starts. Last time the Orioles won 7 consecutive. Wells locked in. Check swing. Did he go? No. Went in the dirt instead, and Adley's all over it. Hoping this will be the last pitch to get him out of the 6th. And Polanco just nubbed it. Celestino just broke a huge way down the line. Wells pays him very little mind as Polanco, a little bit of a smaller lead now. Another 2-2. Driven to the right side, a base hit for Polanco. And Wells 1 strike away from 6 shutout innings. Is done in by Polanco. Will face Miranda, the walk-off winner from yesterday. And Wells will deliver a strike. The left-hander coming up. Aiken ready. Starts for Wells, trying to complete 6 for a 5th time. And again, he is 1 strike away. There's a fastball blasted to left field, but the park will easily hold it. And Tyler Wells throws one of the